Okay, so yeah, again, after that triple strike, and then we had the evening mouse. So then a couple of days later, ended up with well, it's actually a single strike, because what happened is the bigger mouse decided for some reason he wanted to jump into the bin to get at the seeds that were in there. So all I had to do was just tip the bin up, and of course the mouse was trapped. So, you know, that was, I was the one who caught the mouse, not the trap. Of course, the smaller mouse, yeah, the trap did the job again, but yet again, I lost the footage, and I'm not sure what happened to the recording. I might not have recorded it on the phone, because there was a time, I think, when I ran out of space. So all this video is this is just like a release video, just to show that the two mice made it. But as you can see, the rate, if you check the dates for the videos, you can see the rate at which the mice were being evicted. And like I say, sometimes you can end up in a house, which is unfortunate, where it's got a hole that they can get in, and in which case you're just going to get mice all the time. I mean, there's not much you can do. So the important thing is, if they get in, you got to close the hole up first. Of course, your other option is just to make one of these infrared special mouse traps. Then write the special firmware, and then set it up, and then catch all the mice that come in QuickTime. That's the other option. You can see the difference again. That obviously one mouse definitely wants to get out, and the other mouse, you know, is barely interested. And it seems to be the case that any mouse which is young, who hasn't managed to do well, they seem to be a bit depressed, I've noticed. And so this is another one of these, you know, younger mice, which just isn't really trying too hard. And as you can see, they're definitely not as cordial as those triple mice were. Because the triple ones, the two bigger ones, seemed to be happy to look after the smaller mouse. But as you can see, this particular bigger mouse definitely looks like a female. It doesn't seem to be as, you know, cordial with this small mouse like the other two were. And they seem to want to protect him. This is almost like what some of these couples are like in a house, where they're married, but one of them just sits there in the corner while the other one is actively trying to do something and just ignoring the one sitting in the corner. So it shows you that even mice have relationship problems. So it's not just humans. See, it's not just, okay, so they're back. So I'm just in the woods now, and they're back. They're back finally together again. So I'm just bringing it to the same place again. So maybe, I think this is the Big Mama. Yeah, this is the Big Mama place, I think. Yeah, I'm sure it is. So they can say hello to Big Mama if they can find her. And the other, yeah, I think the other three were here as well. Because it's only the nighttime ones that end up in the part which is like further, well, it's actually nearer for me to walk, but it's further away from here. But it's not that far, it's just across the green. So it's down, and so now it's time to tip it out, and let's see how eager they are to escape. Okay, so it's down. So who's going to go first? for some reason they think up is the way out, but of course it's not. So I think mice get confused when they get trapped. So it's slowly working its way, and then finally it sees where the exit is, and it's time to go. You see how slow it was though? Now for this baby mouse, yet again depressed, like they seem to love being. And of course, when you get these depressed mice, you just have to convince them they need to escape. I'm having to do all this work trying to convince this mouse, you know, look, time to escape. Why not escape? Why stay in the trap when you don't have to? But just like some humans, it just needs to stay in this trap just to show how dumb it is. But in the end, I have to tip it up. Even the poor old mouse is forced to escape. I mean, can you imagine that? It's forced out, but it slowly trundles off because you can see it's not really that interested in life, but it's going to have to live it anyway. And maybe it can find Mama Mouse, and Mama Mouse can give it some training to get it so it's a bit more, you know, active in life.